Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be comparing the M4A1-S and the M4A4. So first let's start with, should you have both equipped, should you have only one equipped, what should you do? First of all, the A1S you should have equipped 100%. There's no reason to not have the A1S equipped. If you are an OPER, I think you don't need to have the M4A4. I think you can instead have a scout or whatever you like, but I don't think you should have the M4A4. The reason is because as an OPER, you want to be saving more money so you can afford the OP. And if you're dropping M4A4s, if you are buying M4A4s for yourself, I don't think that's good. So I think you should be using the A1S instead, and you might not even need to have the M4A4 equipped. As a rifler though, you need both, in my opinion, unless you are unable to play the M4A4 for some reason, like you feel the spray really bad or you feel like you're really bad with it, then you can just have the A1S. But the A1S you have to have. One of the reasons is because, let's say you win the pistol round. If you win the pistol round and you haven't taken any damage, or you have taken damage but you have gotten a kill, you can afford an A1S in the second round. And in the second round an A1S can be really strong because your enemies might have Deagles, and if you are fighting a Deagle or a Glock from long range with an A1S, then you are going to have a huge advantage. So as a rifler, you have to have the A1S equipped. The M4A4 though is a bit better, I would say. The reason for that is simply because it has more bullets, so it's going to be better against multiple enemies pushing you. It's going to be better against EQs, again because of the more bullets. It shoots faster, and yes, the M4A1 can kill with 4 bullets from close range. But from medium range, if the enemy is there, you need 5 bullets, and the A1 shoots much slower than the A4. You are going to have more engagements from this type of a range than this type of a range. And the A4 isn't much slower at shooting 5 bullets for the time that the A1 shoots 4 bullets. So it's not going to be a big difference from close range, but from medium and far range it's going to be a big difference. The A4 is going to be much faster and you are going to get the kills much faster. Also another big thing is with the A1, on really long ranges, so let's say from here to there, if you hit the enemy with a headshot, if he has head armor and you hit him with a headshot, then you need to hit him twice in the chest to kill him. If you hit him with 2 headshots, it's going to be a kill. If you hit him once in the head, you need to hit him twice in the chest to kill him. While with the A4, you can just hit him once in the head from this type of a range, and then you need only one hit in anywhere else in the body in general to kill him. So that's going to be faster with the A4 as well. I think that is the advantage of the A1S is though that it's much easier to use, right? It feels more accurate, it's silent, the enemies sometimes might know from where you're shooting them. It's more accurate while spraying, and one of the reasons for that is because it shoots slower, and a weapon that shoots slower, it's always going to be easier to control the spray. So it's easier to control the spray, it's much tighter, it's much less moving around of the mouse, so that makes it easier to use. And also, it feels satisfying sometimes to just hit headshots or to flick around and just get kills with the A1. It sometimes feels more satisfying than the M4A4, but that's not really a thing that you should be thinking about. The money difference, that is $200, matters on the second round, but doesn't really matter that much from then on, because you'll most likely be able to buy an A4 as well. It will be a very rare case that you have to buy an A1 just because of the price tag. But it still can happen, and that's one of the reasons that you have to have the A1 equipped. And another benefit to having both equipped is maybe someday you feel like your A4 spray is way off, like you're not able to hit your sprays, then you can just buy A1 and you hit more sprays because it's much easier, right? A disadvantage to the A1 though is the long barrel. From here the enemy can see your barrel, but with an A4 they will not be able to see your barrel here. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Most of the time it's not really going to matter, but sometimes it's going to matter. When it matters, it is a big problem, because if somebody sees you from here and they know you are here, then you are most likely dead. But if they don't see your barrel, if you have an M4A4, then they might not even check you. So it can be a big thing, but most of the time it's not going to come into play. Maybe once in 3 games is going to matter, but mostly it will not. A big advantage that the A1 had in CSGO was that there was no bullet tracers from the A1. If you shoot through smoke, the enemy had no idea exactly where behind the smoke you are, but now when you shoot through smoke it makes holes, so the enemies will know where you are anyway. So that's another advantage to the A4. They will see you anyway, so you might as well use a gun that will shoot faster and will kill the enemy if you hit him once in the head and once in the body. So, as a conclusion, you should always have both equipped unless you are an oper. If you are a rifler, you have to have both equipped. Maybe you don't like the A4, maybe you cannot play with it, then you should probably learn to play with it in that case, but you can have it unequipped and put in something else instead of it. But if you are unable to play the A4, I would say you have to practice with it, because it is really stronger against gun rounds. I feel like it is not a huge difference, but there is a difference for sure. It can kill faster from medium range, it can kill with one headshot and one chest shot from long ranges. It's going to be faster at killing in general, even from close range. It's not going to be much lower than the 4 bullets of the A1. So it's going to be very useful. You also have more bullets, so it's going to be better against equals, it's going to be better against multiple enemies, you will not need to reload as often, you can afford to spam smokes more than the A1. So I would say the M4A4 is really good, and you should be buying it every time you have the money to, but the A1 has its use and you should have that equipped as well. So if this video helped you, if you learned something new, if it gave you new ideas about how to use the M4s, then you can leave a like and you can subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming content. Thank you for watching.